What are the pros being a real estate agent? There's a lot of pros being a real estate agent, so it's important that you understand what they are and, of course, understand the realistic expectations out there. There's a lot of myths or a lot of misconceptions or things on the media or streaming or online that makes real estate look like it's something maybe that it's not. Don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of positives when it comes to real estate and being a real estate agent. So let's cover those right now. What are some of the pros being a real estate agent? Being a real estate agent allows you to have control, flexibility, and freedom over your schedule. You control the hours that you work, so you can dictate when you're on and when you're off. Just be prepared for real estate clients to push the envelope because they're going to want to work on their time. So sometimes you can fall into a trap there. It's not like you set your hours and say, well, I can't work outside of that, because you might lose clients. But at the same time, you are the ones that are setting the time and when you're available. It allows you to sell from anywhere in the world because you can use your phone, a laptop, and you can be mobile. So that's another huge benefit in real estate is you don't have to go sit at an office or a store or some kind of place. You can do this job from anywhere in the world, which is fantastic. Another thing to think about is when a client wants to see a property, you're going to have to either go show them or set up a friend or another realtor to go look at the property. But essentially, you can do this job from anywhere. And most of the time, it's developing relationships. And where do you develop relationships? In people's houses, at coffee shops, at restaurants. I mean, you are going to be entrenched with these people's lives, which is another huge pro. You're going to get to know these people and you're going to make lifelong friends with a ton of people. The job is talking, right? So that's another huge pro. You get to use your mouth, and it's about creating that bond and that relationship. Another huge pro is you have the ability to connect with people and work with anybody you choose to or choose not to. You don't have to work with people that don't mesh with you or gel with you or vibe with you, or if they're treating you poorly. You can fire those clients just like they can fire you, of course, but you don't have to work with everybody. So again, you have to have customer service, but it's not like a customer service job where you're forced to work with people or put a fake smile on or pretend to care or say that generic line that you're supposed to because corporate told you, right? That's another huge, massive pro. Another thing to think about is you control your income, your own income. And I think this is a big one, is you get to dictate what you take home. A lot of employers, right, will tell you what you earn based on where you live, how many years you've been there, maybe based on the conditions, based on their competition, who else is paying. So remember that there's always somebody above you collecting more to pay you, right? So at the end of the day, you might be getting somebody else wealthy. You know, the company I worked at before, the CEO made north of $30 million, right? And trust me, I wasn't making anywhere near that when I was working at the store I was at. So that's something to think about is I was paid X number of dollars because somebody told me what I got paid. When you start your own business and real estate, because that's what it is, you're starting your own business, your full commission, 1099 independent contractor, you get to dictate your own pay. You get to dictate what you take home. And that's another thing to think about is with a 1099 full commission, that can be scary for people because again, you don't know where your next check is going to be, but it's an opportunity to control your income. Another thing to think about that's a pro is when you're a 1099 and you run your own small business, you get to dictate from a tax perspective certain benefits or write-offs, legally of course, but there are things like paying for a car or clothes, meals. There's a lot of things in there. I'm not going to cover all those in this video, but at the end of the day, there's also write-offs that you can take advantage of running your own business. So those are just some of the pros being a real estate agent. There obviously are lots of them, but those are the main ones that stick out to me.